Hello guys, many of you asked me to describe precisely how I perform suction hold, how I create a tunnel swallow technique, and this video will not be as professional as the previous ones because I will record it like from hand. I will not write any text to read, but I will say it from my mind. So as you can see here, I created some kind of graph. Here is a nasal cavity, tongue, teeth, oral cavity and palate. Just to show you how it looks like on the graph. And the first thing that you should do, as you saw, here my tongue is not up on the palate. So the first thing that you should do is you should put your tongue on the top of your palate. You should start swallowing your saliva from this position. Never like put your tongue down and then up. Don't do this. Just you should start swallowing from this position. So have your tongue up on your palate, and this will allow you to create only a small minimal space between your tongue and your palate during the movement of the saliva from the front of your mouth to the throat. So I will describe it to you in a second. First thing that you should do is you should gather the saliva, or for example some other liquid like water for sake of training, just behind your front teeth. Gathering the saliva is possible by sucking it, and the suction force will be described in the future part of the video and exactly now, because what you should do is you should move by using sucking force the saliva from the front to the middle of the tongue, to the surface of the tongue. And how you should do this? This is difficult to learn at the beginning, but there is one exercise that allows you to do this and train this. You should just try, first gather your saliva in the front of your mouth, in the front of your mouth, just behind your front teeth, and then try to move it backwards and repeat that movement. So backwards to the front, backwards to the front, backwards to the front, and you will create like a habit of suction force. This will allow you then to move your saliva furthest back as you can, because what you should do is you should move your saliva from the front to the back of your tongue, creating the minimal, the smallest tunnel, as you can say this, for your saliva to move. And after you have your saliva here in this position, so just behind your, just in the back of your tongue, as much back as you can, but you should also do this naturally. So as back as you can naturally, you should just swallow. So after you have the saliva in this position, you swallow, and some of the saliva goes to the throat, but some of it stays between the surface of the tongue of your palate because it splashes. And it creates very fucking good suction hold. I emphasize this suction hold is the best because you don't really need to use force anymore. Force is only addition to the bone remodeling. But there is also a problem, because for some people this position will be hard to breathe in, and you should, if you have space here, so if your tongue is not too long, because if your tongue is too long, it is unfortunately a very big problem. But if it's not, what you should do is you should try to put it more to the front. You should find the good position to swallow in, and you should learn it, because if you put it too much, I found it recently, and I didn't talk about it in my previous videos, but if you will find the position that you're comfortable with, you will be able to mew like 24/7, and the only problem that you will have is to get the posture right, because it's also important. But there will be other videos about this soon. Guys, if you have any questions about suction hold and sucking and swallowing, properly, making the minimal tunnel. This is the whole point. Making like the minimal possible surface for your saliva to go through. If you don't if you have any questions, you should join our Discord in the description. I will post it there, and you can ask any questions. We have Discord, we have everything. I will explain you everything, because of course some of you can have some other questions. So guys, see you soon. Join our Discord and ask questions. Thank you guys.